Hello, Rockdale Baptist Church, Conyers, and Stanton Springs. We just want to give you some hot takes on physical distancing from Matt and Daniel. While masks are not required, they are recommended when physical distancing is not possible. There's no shame in that game. Please remember, when wearing a mask, your breath is your own worst enemy. You might want to keep some breath mints on hand to use in case of emergencies. We love our church family, but to avoid doing the awkward dance, since handshakes and hugs are not recommended, I recommend just smiling and waving. Remember, our desire is physical distancing, not social distancing. Say it, don't spray it. Please be aware, all of our worship viewing areas have been properly spaced out so as not to sit too close to someone who is a non-family member. We know that you know them and love them, but please respect their space and spread out. Hand sanitizer stations are available for your convenience at every location. We want to encourage you to use them, and for some, you might need to apply liberally. Please remember in physical distancing to keep at least 6 feet between you and another person, or 1 cardboard Billy's length. Wait, who are we kidding? We all know he's not that tall.
We gotta do that again. We gotta do that again.
That might be better. This has been Hot Takes on physical distancing with Matt and Daniel. Stay tuned for a word from our sponsors. Full disclosure, we have no sponsors. We have a new initiative that we'd like to share with you. And so, thank you, Vanna. We want to share with you about our lovely yard signs. That's a tongue twister. So we created these yard signs for each of us as church members to take home and put out in our yard. And it's a great way to start a conversation with our neighbors and to invite them to join us online. The church is more online than it's ever been in history. And so this is a great opportunity for those who might not have ever stepped foot inside of one of our churches to join us on our online streaming services. So we have one for Stanton Springs that says that we're streaming at 9:30 on Facebook. And we have one for Rockdale Baptist saying that we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook at 10:30, as well as our church website so they can find out more about our church. So we're excited to share this with our community. And as a part of that, we want you to know these yard signs don't come free. They do cost quite a bit of money, and we're thankful that we are able to use this out of our outreach budget. However, if you would like to help offset the cost of these signs, we do ask if you'd like to make a $10 donation to the church. That will help us offset the price of these signs and the yard stakes. But they'll be available this Sunday for you to pick up at church. We're so excited about that. But as a part of that, another initiative that we want to take as a part of our family and community is we created these paid in full cards. And this is a simple way for us to love on our community, because who of us over the past few months hasn't been through the drive-thru a couple of times? And when you're in a drive-thru line, there's a great opportunity to serve those and love those who are in that line with you. And so what you do is you take one of these cards, and when you're in the drive-thru lane and God places it on your heart, ask the lady at the counter or the young man taking your money if you can pay for the car behind you. And when you pay for the car behind you, give them this card and ask them to give it to the car behind you. And when they get there, it'll say, paid in full, a member of Rockdale Baptist Church or the church at Stanton Springs paid for your order. And then on the back, it's got some information about the church, including the church website and where we're streaming, just as a great opportunity to love on our community and invite them to be a part of what God's doing through Rockdale Baptist and Conyers and Stanton Springs.